G'day guys, today is a bit of a story episode, a story on how I got started with farming and um how I ended up on this farm here. And it all has to do something with that old girl. And it has been 3 years ago that I started out here at this place. And my first job as like a typical backpacker job was to pick up rocks. I literally got paid to pick up rocks. With that ute, we just drove around the paddocks up and down, finding big rocks, and pick them up. We'll throw them on the back of the ute, and then bring them over to the bush line and just out of the way. We do this, but we do this for the other machinery that drives over it, so they don't get damaged, and especially the harvester when, like, the crops are done and you get to harvest the crops. If you're gonna pick up big rocks with that harvester, you're gonna wreck the whole machine. If you yeah, if you swallow one of them, it's gonna like rip out all the insides of it, and it's not gonna be a pretty picture. So yeah, that's like a pretty important job for a backpacker. So I was here together with another French couple. We stayed here on the farm, and with the three of us, we like each day we went up and down paddocks, just looking for rocks, pick them up, throw them on the back of the ute, and then dump them in the bush. That was our job. So I was supposed to do that for 3 months, 88 days to finish my farm work. But after about 2 months, the rock picking was done. And then Richard, my boss, he was like, "Well, if you would like to, like, I can offer you more work on the farm here." And that's basically driving the spreader. So we had a different one than we have now, like a smaller one. And I was like, well, I'd like to like learn how to drive a tractor, because I was born in the middle of the city. I'm a city boy. I used to be a city boy, and so I told him, like, you need to show me and tell me how I drive a tractor, because I haven't touched a tractor like at all in my entire life. It's like, oh, it's gonna be fairly easy. Like, that's all set. All the systems are set up. You just have to like drive around basically, and then fill up every now and then. And then he showed me one night, and I was like, oh, well, this is not too bad. And the next morning, I was like up and going on my own. And since then, I've been traveling around Australia a bit, and then coming back a bit for a month or so, and then I went back to Europe for I'd say 2 or 3 years. And I always kept in contact with Richard, and at one moment I was like, do you know what, like, I think it's time to go back to Australia, and because I haven't used that second holiday year by that time, it's like, all right, let's go back to Australia and use that second year. And so I sent the email, like I sent Richard an email, like, hey, do you still need work? And he was like more than happy to have me back here on the farm. And by that time, I've only worked here for, I'd say, a couple months in total, like altogether. And now I've been working here for the past, I would say, half a year, I think. So yeah, I started for like full-time working here just before harvest, which is around November for us. So yeah, European winter time is our summertime, of course, and that's when we have our harvest season. And I was driving one of the harvesters as well. That was really cool to experience that and get trained up in doing that. Um, and now working here full time, I have the opportunity to drive a lot more things, learn so much more about farming and doing things, and I absolutely love it. Like, it's just always working outside, which is most of the time. In Australia, it is all right. In Australia, it's pretty good. Yeah, we do have our rain, especially in winter time. It gets a bit cold. I think it will touch minus Celsius, but yeah, I definitely got used to the Australian sun. That's nice. I love the warmth. But yeah, no, just working outside, working on cars, working on big machinery. I really like what I'm doing here. And the nice thing is as well, like no day is ever going to be the same. There's always something else happening, and there's always, well, of course, you hope not, but there is so now and then things breaking down, and you need to fix it, or at least try to fix it. Come up with another solution to get around it, maybe, and so yeah, a lot of different things happening, and I think that's one of the cool things. So like keep it interesting as well. If everything goes to plan, I mean that's basically what you'd like to happen. Um, yeah, but I think it will get a bit repetitive after a while to just do the same thing in, day out. So yeah, we need to spice it up sometimes a bit. And it's kind of funny to work now on the farm here and to live now on the farm here in I would say quite a remote area. It's not really remote for the part of Australia that we live in. But still, like it takes like an hour and a half to get to like the normal grocery market, to the supermarket. Um, but like so I've grown up in a big city for Holland sizes, and always said to myself, I don't want to live on the countryside. I'm gonna live in a big city as well when I like settle down and grow up, because there's always things to do in a big city. And then slowly on my travels, I stayed in like small places, small towns, and really experienced like the opposite of what I've been like growing up with. And it completely changed my point of view. And now I was like, I really don't like to live in a big city. Nah, no way. I like to live like out here in the countryside where it's nice and quiet, and actually there is always something to do on the countryside, even if it's just driving around or camping out here or just working on the farm. There's always stuff to do. Yeah, I don't see myself living in a big city anymore. It's too busy for me. And anyway, that is my little farm origin story for this week. How I ended up here with getting paid to pick up rocks, basically. So that is my farm story for this week. I hope you guys enjoyed a little a different kind of episode than I usually have. But yeah, maybe if I have more of these stories, I'll throw them in the mix now and then. Um, this is going to be it for me for now. I hope to see you guys next week. See ya.